What do you call a bear with no ears? B. What's going on, YouTube? Couple quick changes at the beginning of the video. New intro music. Hopefully this one doesn't get copyright claimed after 2 years. But shout out to Denise for helping me get this audio track synced to the beginning of the intro. But let me know what your thoughts are. But we're inside the Hollow City, inside of Cold Harbor, to go over our first of 2 weekend vendors and restart with alien stuff. Now, I don't know what it is about the aliens. Maybe it's the fact that they died thousands of years ago, but people love their stuff. Their motifs sell for crazy amounts of money. Everything that the aliens touch is ridiculously expensive. So when you have the ability to have an interactable item for 4,000 gold, that's an item that you can sell. Now, these sconces are kind of weird because you have to like buy these separately to then put them inside. But let me tell you, this is a juicer magooser when it comes to value. This is something that you're going to be able to resell, and your kids are going to be able to get interest off of. Overall, though, the brazer's good. The doorway is a bit finicky. I don't know how many houses are really going to fit one of these in, but this partition is pretty cool. 20K is a little bit steep, though. Love me an empty pillar. You can put those little crystals on top of them. But I think that the bigger ones are the switch and definitely the well. The well is going to be the big, thick one that's going to be selling for years to come. I would definitely potentially invest in a couple of these. And even if you don't, I mean, just like throw it in your house. It looks pretty cool. Shout out Vesteel 2K for pointing out this is a brand new item, which is only going to further add to its value. So definitely a couple of those are going to do well in the future, potentially even right now. And we start with a great item because this is from Oathsworn Pits. Now, the first piece is weapon and spell, but the second piece, attacking an enemy with a fully charged heavy attack, throws an axe at your enemy, dealing some physical damage, and reduces their armor by 1386 for 5 seconds. This effect can occur once every 10 seconds. However, the axe drops to the ground after traveling to your target, and if you touch it again, you actually reduce your own cooldown. So that's actually really cool and thematic. This thing on gank blades right now is amazing. It's also really good on heavy attack builds, but heavy attack builds really struggle to build in a monster set just because there's a huge focus on using a mythic. But to me, I love this set, and it's from a really annoying dungeon. Trying to get, all the thumbs together to collectively beat Oathsworn's Pits can be really annoying. So I would actually encourage you to buy this. If you want to build a gank blade PvP night blade, I would buy this. If you just want to have a really, really good heavy attacking set, I would also consider buying this. Now, obviously, it's a monster set. It's a helmet. You could literally just complete the dungeon, get it for free, but I would also encourage you to potentially buy it. But it is up to you. I would definitely lean more towards buying it, depending on how many friends and how many thumbs those friends have collectively should determine where you fall in that. I don't think it's a 10 out of 10 set, but I'm going to give it a 9.5. It's very rare for a brand new set to be as popular as this one is. And I don't know if subclassing is going to make its value go up or down, but I do think it's a great set. It gives you an unnamed reduction to armor, does some good physical damage, and you can keep pinging it, by picking up the axe. Next up, we have a bit of a knowledge check for you because this is the blind. Now, unfortunately, this will not make you blind because you're not going to like the people who are running it. That's a clue for you as to who runs this this monster set. When you're healing critical strikes, your target gains a hydroglass damage shield that absorbs 1494 damage for 6 seconds, while the damage shield holds, and for 3 seconds after, the target gains minor force, increasing their critical damage done by 10%. Who do you think is running this set? It's not heavy attack builds. It's not the solo players. Yeah, you might run this as a support character inside a dungeon. It's ball groups. The answer are ball groups. This set is really annoying because it's basically just giving ball groups easy access to minor force and a damage shield. So that's why it's a little bit hated. It looks really cool. Like if you were to model this helmet, I think the blind actually looks really cool as a mask versus this one. I don't even know what this is. As a ball group set, it's probably like a staple ball group set, but I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10 for PvP. You do have to be in a group of people for this to feel worthwhile, and even then it feels just a little bit goofy when, you could get minor force from other places, but this is the most hooliganistic way to get it. Next up from the Vaults of Madness is a Rattle Cage. Gain major brutality and sorcery at all times, increasing your weapon and spell damage done by 20%. This set reminds me of a meme that I constantly see for like card games or other games that I'm playing, where it's like the card game 20 years ago, and it's like a really underpowered card, and then it's like today and it's like a really powerful card, and then in the future it's like an insta kill just by playing this like super cheap card in a card game. This reminds me of that, but this is the set from 20 years ago where people were like, Major Brutality and Sorcery, that's such a great 5-piece set, and adds 171 weapon and spell damage to go on top of it. What more could you ask for? You could ask for a lot more. I will say though, health, weapon and spell, weapon and spell, and weapon and spell is pretty good, but you get Major Brutality and Sorcery from other places. It's 2025. You just walk outside, you get Major Brutality and Sorcery. It's not a bad set though. I would still give it a 7 out of 10, only because it's 5-piece. You still are getting an unnamed weapon and spell damage buff, and thematically you're getting health, weapon and spell, weapon and spell, weapon and spell. So at least it's all lined up with what you would get, but if it had a better buff at the end, it was to be such a good set, but power creep has put this in the dirt. Next up is Trappings of Invigoration. Now, this comes from Fang Lair, probably one of the worst hard modes to ever be created. If you like playing hole in the wall and having cats try to knock over your microphone while you're recording a Golden Vendor video, then you don't want to use this set because it's hot garbage. Its stamina recovery on average is horrible. Its cooldown is horrible. In 2025, wear Wretched Vitality, wear Roxas, or just light and heavy attack every so often, and pick up your cat against their will if they try to knock over your microphone, and you'll be so much better off. And if you want to farm Fang Lair, just be mentally prepared. And to give it a rating, I'm going to give it a 6. I mean, it does give you recoveries, but like, pfft. But more importantly, we got Warrior Poet. Now, Warrior Poet is a little bit better, but not by much. So maximum health, armor, maximum health. Okay, that's something. Thematically, we are all lined up in what we are doing, and this has actually been buffed. This used to only give you 1200 health as a 5-piece, and it's from the Overland in Vardenfell, so it's been buffed. It gives you a named buff that's, you know, kind of annoying to get, you know, depending on where you are. It's a 7 out of 10. Why is this a 7 out of 10? If you can tell me in the comments below, you've been watching a lot of these, and I will tell you why. This is one of the reasons why I think that sets like these are just becoming irrelevant. One, there's no good reason to have max health builds, especially for PvE. You don't need your tank to just face eat a 100k blast. You need them to reduce their damage, to buff the support. Like, you don't need them to have tons of health. And for PvP, like, you're not doing enough with a set like this. And if you're coordinating yourself and you're trying to min-max your health builds and be a real beefcake, you're going to get minor toughness already. So why waste a full 5-piece set to get minor toughness when you can get it from other places? You know, so that, especially with subclassing now, we could get minor toughness from even more places. So a set like this, it's like a 6.5. I'm sure you could, maybe you could build a good set with it, but I think you would just, if somebody said, Jake, I built a Warrior Poet set, I'd be like, that's above average, man. You built an above average, probably PvP set, because if you use this for PvE, people will be like, why are you wearing this? What is your prerogative with this item? Like, what is your hope? I also accidentally somehow skipped Spinners. It comes from Bankerai. It just gives you straight stats. Magicka, weapon and spell penetration. It's one of those sets that you really just can't complain about because it just gives you resources. There's no uptime and procs and things that you have to accomplish. You just go out there and you just get these resources. But that being said, it's a 7 out of 10. Yes, you could build a good setup with it, but it would be really hard to, I think, build a great build with it or a fantastic build. It's not going to be in the meta. So for me, I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10. And I'm sorry I skipped over from Rattle Cage right to Invigoration. And the TLDR, if you see yourself playing the Stealth Archer build, especially for PvP, grab this thing. I don't want to mispronounce it twice in the same video. We'll call it the Construct. Grab the Construct. Now, if you're a brand new player, I would probably recommend you grab it in either light or heavy. That way you could do the 5-1-1 because you're probably going to run 5 medium pieces already, and then you can use this as your 1 light or 1 heavy. However, I definitely think that most people are going to want to grab this. It's a really stupid dungeon to do, and it's a really good monster set. The blind, definitely more kind of geared towards the ball group of people. You don't really need it unless you're doing really specific type of content. And then really the only really good ones here are Warrior Poet and Spinners, and those are pretty easy skips. But that furniture item that we looked at earlier, that brand new item, I would definitely grab a couple of those just for your own personal use. Alien stuff, I don't even know why it's popular. Maybe it's because everybody played Oblivion in 2006 and they were like, wow, the aliens, they were really onto something architecturally. You know, we should really invest in all the furnishings that they've ever made. But then if the Argonians make something, that doesn't move any units at all. You want to go farm Merkmeyer for blueprints? Pfft. To be broke. But everyone, thank you guys so much again for watching. Now you'll notice on this video that there is no hidden word. You've watched to the end. What we're going to do for this video is actually going to be the comment with the most likes. So if your comment has the most likes in the comment section, then you will win a giveaway code for the content pass, or if you already have it, we'll do something different. But normally we'll go back to our hidden word probably tomorrow or Sunday. So keep an eye out for the hidden words on the video. I just wanted to change it up to get some feedback on the intro, and I thought this would be a cool way to do it, to see what the majority of people like based on what they're all thumbsing up. But obviously the second giveaway drawing is leaving a comment and you know, liking the video. So that's pretty easy to do while you're already down there doing that. And the third thing is just be subscribed. We're on the road to 33,000 wow. So please hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys later. Let me know what you guys thought. I'm definitely going to probably grab 5 of those alien bad boys because that is some juice, and it probably is not going to be back for like at least 2 to 3 years.
You better remember to like and subscribe to Jakeclips. Or you should. I might have to pluck your eyes if you don't. Or, better yet, I'll skip rope with your entrails. Do it now. Subscribe. Ta-ta. Off with you.